Hello, welcome back to my 2025 definitive guide to VTOL VR's built-in campaigns. Last time, so we're continuing. Sorry, we're continuing with the island campaign. Last time we did the first two missions and also did a quick a quick introduction to VTOL VR itself. Well, quote unquote quick, and we spent way too longer than anyone ever should on mission 1. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's just head on to mission 3, Redirection. Join the carrier fleet embarking on a preemptive naval strike. Okay. Our engineers were able to salvage the navigation computers from the drone ships and use them to determine the location of the main naval fleet of the enemy. We have tasked an aircraft carrier fleet to intercept before they get too close to the island. In order to maximize their force, you and other pilots are ordered to join the fleet. A pilot belonging to the carrier was out on combat air patrol when his navigation systems experienced a failure. The pilot is lost and low on fuel, so you must quickly find him and lead him to the fuel tanker on the way to the carrier. Yeah, this guy got lost somehow, and we gotta find him. Once again, we have a fixed loadout, because this is also a non-combat mission, just like mission 1, so let's just get into it.
One of the pilots out on cap stopped responding to comms and seems to have lost their way back. Before heading to the carrier, rendezvous with the pilot and see if they need assistance. Your objective waypoint is his last known location. Command out.
Roger that. And conveniently, they started us literally holding short of the runway, so might as well just use the runway. Alright, let's go. Let's get out there. Again, we're super light, so we don't need... We're also, again, in super light, so we don't need afterburner. We're just gonna go mill thrust. Alright, rotate. Flap. Gear up. Flaps up. So, the rotation speed of most of the aircraft in the game is around 170 knots. Yeah. So, yeah, just... A good rule of thumb for taking off is rotation speed 170 knots. Just keep that in mind, and that's usually again, that's your rotation speed. That's your general rotation speed. So we're just gonna head out straight to the waypoint, and we're gonna search for him using our TGP. So the pilot is with knowledge of this mission, the lost pilot is simply just doing a left-hand orbit around the waypoint, like in about a 4-mile radius around the waypoint. However, if you pretty much just take off and head out as soon as possible, and he should be like just to the left of the waypoint. So just like search around the left side of the waypoint with your TGP, and you should be able to just you can see him right there. You can see a little speck of him on their TGP. There he is. Easy peasy. Just that's the pro tip to complete this mission quickly. Just head out as soon as possible, and just search to the left of the. Just immediately head out towards the waypoint and then search the left side. He should be right there. But he's also but if you don't do that, just simply search like around about a 4-mile radius around the waypoint, and you should be able to find him no problem. This guy somehow got lost 10 miles from the island. Like, my guy, the island is right there. The tanker is right there. And the carrier fleet is right like there. How did you get lost? How the hell did you get lost, my guy? How did you ever get lost? I don't understand. Did you like never learn VFR in flight school? Like, that's like literally the basics. This is literally like the basics of visual navigation. Did you not learn VFR at all?
multiple systems failure, but was able to get my backup short-range comms working. I'm forming up on you, but I'm low on fuel, so lead the way with the tanker.
Roger that. And again, the tanker is literally right over there. Not again. How did you ever get lost? Anyways, we're just gonna lead him straight to the tanker, and this mission will be done in under 10 minutes. And yeah, again, and yeah. So yeah, this mission is really short. You can literally do it in under 10 minutes.
Visual on tanker. Give me a minute to top her off.
Roger that. Let's just form up with the tanker. Let's just form up with the tanker. Oh, while we wait for him. We don't need to refuel because we literally just took off. But we will simply form up with the tanker. And hey, learning to fly in formation can really help. Can actually really help is actually really good practice for aerial refueling. And hey, if you want a full guide on aerial refueling, I have a video. Clicky thing right up there. Video. I have a guide on aerial refueling. Go watch if you want to learn. If you want to learn how to refuel aerially. Those are definitely words I just said. Roger that. Alright, he's done on refueling. And now we just gotta lead him to the carrier, which is 14 miles away. Like, we could have just gone straight. Like, are you sure you needed to refuel? Where is he? Are you sure you need to refuel? Like, we could have just gone straight to the carrier. It was like 15 miles away. We could have just gone straight to the carrier. I don't think you needed to refuel. You could have just gone straight in for a carrier landing, Whatever, I guess. Let's get in there. Let's pick up the pace a little. I do want to slow down to prepare for landing, but also, let's pick up the pace a little bit. Alright, here we are. Let's prepare for landing. Let's slow down and prepare for landing. Whoa, 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 whoa! Cool. Thanks, man. Cool. So I forgot about the fact that if you're off to the port side of carrier, my guy, he will just pull a hard right so he can catch up to the approach path, the carrier's approach path. I'm starting to think this guy he's just straight up blind. Like, my guy, did you not see me off to your right side? I'm literally off to your right side. What? Yeah, I think he's just blind. I think this guy's just blind. Yeah. Okay. Right. So yeah, you want to approach a carrier from the starboard side, not the port side. Yeah, I'm just gonna we're just gonna do a vertical landing on the carrier. So let's go put her down. We're gonna circle around on the front to the port side of the carrier because we're currently on the starboard side. We're just gonna circle around to the port side. And then we're gonna land on like the port side elevator or yeah, we're gonna land in the port side elevator. Because that's a nice... Because the elevators are... You know, there's some nice long land... There's some nice wide landing pads. Which are good for vertical landings. But the standard landing pads, which are, you know, pretty narrow. And also, I don't really want to have to go after this guy. Like, you know, considering what he's already done to us. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do the standard thing, preparing for landing. Gonna circle around to bleed off our speed. Now, remember that this is this is our first moving deck landing. So, you know, the carrier is moving, so we also have to be moving with the carrier. The ships in this game will pretty much always be sailing at around 30 knots. So you want to keep 30 around about 30 knots. If you want to match carrier speed, you have to, you know, be moving forward relative to the carrier. You have to be moving forward about 30 knots. And for moving deck landings, I actually recommend not using the autopilot because it's kind of finicky. It's kind of janky when trying to do moving deck landings. So we're gonna land manually. I mean, we've already been landing manually, but yeah. All right, nice. All right, nice, easy. Let's reduce our speed. Alright, 45 knots is a good approach speed. So we're gonna line up with this port side we're losing too much altitude. Lost a bit too much altitude, that's fine. Losing quite a lot of speed. Let's try to maintain about 35 knots. And we're gonna line up with this port side elevator. The port side elevator there, as you can see. You can see the orange outline of the elevator. Gonna line up with the port side elevator. And then we're gonna try, and we're gonna slowly approach the kit. Gonna slowly approach. It's gonna be a little. Oh jeez. Oh jeez, it's gonna be probably a little floaty, little back and forth. It's gonna be a little bit back and forth. Oh, come on. Sort yourself out. Alright. Alright, we're good. We kind of tipped it to the back, but it's fine. Yeah, moving deck landings are always a little sketch. But it's fine. And it's fine, doesn't matter. We're down. We're down on the elevator. Perfect. Well, not exactly perfect, but good enough. And you know what, let's just shut her down. Let's just do a full shutdown, because why not? And yeah, we are down on the carrier. Perfect. See, 11 minutes, that's fine. If you go at full speed, you can probably just do it under 10. You can do it under 10 if you go full speed the whole time. Anyways, we're heading down to the next mission. Open water. Meet the enemy in open water for a preemptive strike. So this is gonna be this is basically gonna be a naval battle, which, you know, ought to be fun. We unlocked sidewinders, so we finally have the ability to engage air targets, which for now is still just gonna be UAVs. But yeah, so let's go. X-ray 1-3. We have intercepted the enemy fleet sooner than we expected to. They have already deployed aerial drones which are heading towards our fleet. All units are to scramble to defend the fleet, as well as quickly launch a counterattack. The enemy force is numerous and includes small boats, missile cruisers, and drone carriers. This is gonna get messy. Good luck. So, yeah. This is gonna be a naval battle, and this is pretty much going to be our first real contentment with enemy SAMs. So, yeah. Technically, we could have contended with enemy SAMs in Mission 2, but they don't use... They almost never target you. They prefer to target your wingman instead. So, yeah. We're gonna be contending with enemy ships. And so, we're gonna... And we need to take out all of the... We need to take out the enemy fleet. So, we're gonna be carrying, Mark 82 bombs. That's 6 of them. Remember, we need 2 bombs. We need 2 bombs per ship. And then, so we're pretty much going to mostly be carrying Mark 82 bombs. These are, again, Mark 82 bombs are unguided bombs. So we do have to line up our bombs. We do have to line up our bomb runs and to take out these ships. And we're going to be carrying, we're also going to carry Sidewinders. Budget, again, budget will not matter for this mission. We have enough budget that we can just do a full load. We're actually just gonna carry 2 bombs on our wings. I prefer, and pro tip, when carrying bombs, you primarily want to carry them on your belly, because that's closer to the center line, and bombs closer to the center line will make are just generally much easier to drop. Much easier to line up, I mean. So, yeah. So we're carrying 10 Mark 82 bombs. And there are 4, okay, so, we actually don't know this, but there are 4 enemy cruisers. And each cruiser takes 2 bombs to sink. Which means we have 2 bombs extra to spare. In case we make a mistake. This will also, allow us to carry a full fuel load. So, yeah. And then we're carrying some Sidewinders just to help deal with some of the UAVs. And, let's go. And there are also small boats that we can just use our gun for. So let's get in there. Or get out there, rather.
We've detected a wave of incoming combat
Alright,
drones.
scramble.
Get your boat off the deck as soon as possible.
Right that.
I'll forward your mission objectives in a few moments.
Right that. Scramble. Let's get out there. So when doing a vertical, we're just gonna do. I didn't explain why we just pretty much immediately just did a vertical alt carrier takeoff, right from our pad. So yeah, what you want to do for a vertical carrier takeoff is simply just hold the brakes so you don't roll.
Enemy targets. Weapons armed.
Hold.
Fox 2.
Woo! Look at the cruiser. Cruisers are engaging the drones. Look at that gun firing, missile launching.
3.
Woo! Ooh, Seaways done. Ooh, jeez. Kaboom! Hit on the
I'm in pursuit.
cruiser is hit.
If you can, help defend the carrier fleet. Once the drones are out of the way, we'll regroup and launch the counterattack.
All right,
Try
sure.
not to get shot down.
Sure.
Fox 3.
I don't think they're gonna need help. Oh, I don't think they're gonna need help. Nah, that last drone is gonna be quickly be splashed by the SAMs.
Looks like that's the last of the
All right,
drones here.
all drones splashed.
Good work. Form up and head to the strike waypoint.
Roger.
Roger. Regrouping with X-ray 1. Bogey destroyed.
So yeah, if you take off, if you launch from the carrier, if you take off quick enough,
Okay,
You-
we're launching the counterattack now. All units back to
what are you guys shooting at? What are you guys still shooting at? What the hell are you guys still shooting at? Guys, the drones are dead. Anyways, as I was saying, if you take off quick enough, you can get the. If you take off quick enough and join up with the rest of X-Ray, you can actually get this hidden objective to defend the fleet. Which would just entails taking out all of the UAVs, which you don't really need to do because usually the fighters and the SAMs will take out the UAVs easy enough. So anyways, we're all formed up now. Let's head out. Let's head out to the enemy fleet. So as I was saying, for taking off from a carrier, what you want to do is just simply hold the brakes so you don't roll, and then go and then lift your, make sure your tilt is to 90, and then lift the engine into lift the engines to full power, and yeah, release release the brakes once you start lifting off, and then you want to rotate it so that you're facing forward of the carrier, so that you can to be aligned with your forward speed. Wow, I cannot words apparently. How does one words? Anyways, let's get ready. We're gonna get ready to attack the enemy fleet. Let's locate the enemy fleet with our TGP. Oop, that's too far to the right. Let's try to locate the enemy fleet with our TGP. There they are. And be prepared to engage. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be doing like medium around medium altitude bombing runs to take out the cruisers. The reason being is those cruisers have the AA guns will light you up if you get close to them. So we don't want to get close to them. We don't want to get too close to them. Instead we're just gonna bomb them from medium altitude. These three cruisers are clustered pretty close together, and then there's that one a little bit further to the right. So while heading towards the enemy fleet, you want to gain some altitude, and this will also give you your first taste of enemy SAMs.
Take out as many targets as you can. Good luck out there.
All right, roger that. Engaging.
Targets.
Engaging.
Box 3. Missile launch.
Fox 3.
Missile launch.
If you get engaged by any of the SAMs, what you want to do,
Incoming missile. Going evasive.
if you ever get engaged by any of the SAMs, you wanna turn perpendicular.
Target destroyed.
Turn perpendicular to the.
Missile missed.
Missile
Fox
launch.
2. Fox 2.
Missile launch.
Rifle.
Missile launch.
Dodge that one.
Missile launch.
Incoming missile. Going evasive. Fox 2. Splash 1.
Missile launch.
Looks like the foot is on the other hand now.
All right,
Mayday, mayday,
all right.
mayday.
Bombs away.
Going down. Eject.
Shoot.
Missile defending.
Incoming UAVs.
Missile
Let's use our.
engaging.
That's two down.
AGM away.
Missile launch.
Two cruisers is down.
Missile evading.
Coming back around. All right, coming back around for another bombing run. For another bomb run.
Shack.
Missile
Missile
launch.
defending.
Bombs away. Alright, that's all of our bombs. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Ugh! Taking heavy fire.
Over T.
Taking heavy fire.
Shack.
Radar signals lost. I think radar signals lost. Yeah, all cruisers sunk. So
Splash 1.
remember, two bombs. Remember, two bombs per.
Shack. Target wiped out.
Two bombs per, and it's as easy as that. Now let's finish off the remaining boats with some strafing runs.
Rifle.
Missile launch.
Guns. Splash, that's another for me.
All right, Shack.
Okay, we heavily damaged the fleet.
Enemy fleet destroyed.
Return to base. Shack, good hit.
All right, enemy fleet destroyed. So that was a lot. So that was quite a bit that happened, and really quickly right there. So we bombed. So as I said, we bombed the enemy fleet from medium altitude. We did like a slight dive to bomb the enemy fleet. One thing you want to keep in mind when performing bombing runs is never dive immediately after releasing your bombs. You never want to dive immediately after releasing your bombs. Otherwise, you will just simply hit your own bombs and get blown up. Ask me how I know. So yeah. So if you do have to dive after dropping a bomb, you want to wait a couple of you want to wait a couple of seconds before doing so. So yeah, in that first run, you want to try to bomb like those three cruisers that are close to each other. You might miss. If you miss one cruiser, you can just come back around for another run. And you want to try to take out all of the cruisers by yourself with your bombing runs. If you get locked on by SAMs, you want to. If you do get locked on by the SAMs during your run-in, immediately break off and perform evasion. You want to immediately break off to perform evasive maneuvers. Perform missile evasion. So yeah. Those cruisers are all enemy ships sunk. And you also saw that I changed my configuration. One thing I forgot to mention is the equip menu, where you can adjust your weapon configuration. In this scenario, you probably actually want to leave them on default settings. You probably want to leave your bombs on default settings at least. But with your sidewinders, I recommend setting them to head track mode with trigger and cage on. So what that does is when you have with your sidewinders, the sidewinder seeker will track wherever you're looking. So say if we look at our allies, look, and now it's tracking, and trigger and cage is basically when you hold the trigger, it will lock the seeker. It'll basically lock the seeker on, and then you press the weapon switch button to fire.
Shoot.
But anyways, the drones are not your primary threat. Are not gonna be your primary threat. If you get a good shot, if you can get a good shot on the drones, sure, go ahead and fire off some sidewinders. The mantas pretty much don't have any way to evade missiles. So because they have no countermeasures at all, so they'll almost always. So if you get a lock, your missile will almost always hit. But yeah. And if you run out of bombs, don't worry. Your allies should be able to sink the aircraft on their own. So I should be able to sink the cruisers on their own. But you might want to take out. But you should try taking out the radars at least. These to help them out and to get rid of the SAMs. Anyways, we're once again gonna come in for another vertical landing. Yeah, we're not. You guys are not gonna see a vertical landing. An arrested landing in this campaign. Don't worry, you'll see plenty of that. You'll get plenty of arrested carrier landings in the FA-26 campaign. But right now we're just gonna land conventionally. We're gonna land vertically on the carrier. Same deal as before. We're gonna land on the elevator because it's nice and big. Because it's a nice and big landing pad. Unless someone else is gonna steal it. Is this guy gonna steal my landing pad? I think this guy's gonna steal my landing pad. Yep, he's stealing my elevator. How dare you? Alright, we're gonna we're just gonna like shift over to the starboard side, I guess, and I guess we'll take the starboard elevator. Alright, let's reduce. Let's drop our. Let's reduce our altitude. Hover around here. Well, not exactly hover, but match carrier speed. Ooh, jeez. The AI is kind of chaotic. It is pretty chaotic with carrier landings. As you saw, this guy almost was taxied right into the runway when another aircraft was landing. Like, Calm down, my guy. Although I guess a carrier's flight deck is in real life is just pretty much described as controlled chaos. So hey, so I guess it's accurate. Okay, slowly, slowly. Watch vertical speed. Vertical speed, easy, easy. Perfect. All right, perfect. That was okay. That was pretty much perfect, right there. Yeah, this mission is actually also like pretty quick. You know, if you know how to handle this mission, it's actually pretty quick. So yeah, summary: just bomb the ships from medium altitude. Just bomb the ships from medium altitude. And you shouldn't have a problem. If you get locked on by Sam's perform evasion, what you want to do to avoid missiles is you want to fly, immediately turn perpendicular. You want to dive down close to the water. Oh jeez. Yeah, that guy aborted his approach because this guy's. They really like to take their own sweet. The AI aircraft love to take their own sweet time taxiing. Like for one reason, they taxi at super slow speed. They like to and also they love they love taking their own sweet time crossing over the runway. It's really annoying. Anyways, slow. You want to again slow the approach. You want to. Sorry. If you get locked on by SAMs, immediately turn perpendicular to the SAM that's locked to the radar that's locking you. Dive down close to the water, and just start dumping chaff. Just just keep yourself perpendicular to the radar and start dumping chaff. Chaff. And by the way, if you want to use chaff, hold on to the throttle and press the button. Just start dumping chaff. In fact, I actually recommend going to the countermeasures menu, set your release rate to 120, and then just hold down the countermeasure button. So yeah. And just bomb the enemy ships when you get the chance. You want to try to take them out as quick. You definitely want to take out those ships as quick as possible, or the SAMs are gonna cause you a lot of headache. And as I said, the UAVs are not your main concern. Are not really your concern. Let your allies deal with the UAVs. Let the allies deal with the UAVs, and if you get a clear shot, you can go ahead and try to attack them with your sidewinders. But your primary focus is gonna be the fleet. But anyways, that's mission 3 and 4 done. Both of those are pretty short. And with that, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.